Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Doug Bowen and I'm a professional gambler. I also do book bouncy part-time and as well as code my own bots and algorithms in order to help me predict soccer games and matches which I can make money out of. I also do web development as well in part-time. So now I'm on my account right there and you can see I'm having a 41.94% win rate on betting experts and you can see 121.3 units in profit and my yield, which is very important, of 56.94%. I can see I'm betting on average out of 3.71. So I've bet 31 games on this platform already, and if you have been betting on all of these games, right, placing $100 on each and every one of these games, you'll be making a net profit of at least 1,700 plus in profit just from 31 games, guys. It's outstanding, and I'm gonna show you proof that I'm actually on my account right here. In order, and because I believe if I'm supposed to be telling you what to do, then yeah, I should be showing an example on how I'm performing as well. It shouldn't be like I'm trying to trick you around. Yeah, so now you can see this is my main account. You can see I can pretty much log out of the account and I can go to my settings. So I'm just gonna go to settings. There you can see I can edit the settings, choose avatar, can upload new avatar and all of that. Okay, so that's enough proof that's my account and I'm a professional gambler and making money in gambling. So I've been betting on a lot of games. Yeah, because if I was uploading all the games which I've been betting on the platform, right, you could have really been making at least, if it should be small, 4,500 in profit from 60 to 70 games, if I'm not wrong. And yeah, so now today is going to be a very good day, guys, and yeah, it's really going to be an interesting video, and I hope a lot of you are going to love the video as well. So now I'm going to be telling you guys the reason, explaining everything and the main reason why you haven't been able to make money gambling on sports and how you can fix that. So I'm on Oddpedia right now and I'm in the match of Everton playing against Liverpool. It's going to happen today, as you can see up there. So now so if you can look right down here where I'm having Pinnacle, so you can see Pinnacle right there, and there you can see their odds. So this for Liverpool win, a draw and an Everton win. So now I copy these odds right on my own algorithm, so I'm just gonna move back and open that. Okay, so you can see from the A up there, I'm having Pinnacle odds for a reason at the end. So Pinnacle odds for a reason at the end. So you can see I'm going to be giving you the reason at the end of the video why I'm using Pinnacle in order to do the calculation, and you're going to see because Pinnacle is really helpful. They are very sharp and they can really help us out in the process of making money from gambling. So now the next thing I'm going to show you that I've just copied the same odds, so you can see Liverpool right there is having 1.73 and 3.95 for a draw and 5.15 for an Everton win. So you can see I'm having the same thing right here, 1.73 for Liverpool versus 3.95 for a draw and 5.15 for Everton. Okay, so now the next thing, the B, now we are extracting odds percentage to find edge bookies have over bettors. So we want to see the edge which the bookmakers are having over us as the bettor. Okay, so in order to calculate that, it's very simple, guys. So you are going to just take a 100 divided by 1.73, that's for the Liverpool odds, and you are going to take 100 divided by 3.95, that's for the draw, and 100 divided by 5.15, that's for an Everton win, and then it's going to give, if you calculate for Liverpool, it's going to give 57.81%. so that is the expected percentage which the bookmakers are expecting Liverpool to win, including their edge, and then you can see for the draw is 25.32%, including for the edge after dividing 100 by 3.95, and for the Everton is 19.42, doing the same process. So if we sum up for the Liverpool win, a draw, and an Everton win, right, is going to sum up to 102.55%. And for those of you who did a little bit of mathematics, now you have started to wonder what's the reason why we are having 102.55% instead of 100%. For those of you who don't know, based on probability, no matter what the case, right, if you sum up a percentage, everything should sum up to 100. Okay, that means if you sum no matter the variables which you have, right, or the statistic which you have, and then you want to convert them into probability, the average sum should sum up to 100%, right? But you can see right there you're having 102.55%, and the 2.55% right there is for the bookmakers edge, because the bookmakers are having an edge of 2.55% over you, and it's very difficult to win this edge. This edge is so massive that you can't even make it. That's why a lot of you end up losing money in the long run, because you don't understand what's really happening. And the only way to make money from gambling is for you to cut off this edge and instead be having an edge over the bookmakers. Instead of them having the 2.55% edge over you, you should be the one having the edge over them. So I'm going to also show you how to do that on this video as well. So on the C part, you can see bookies edge over better, right? So I'm just like minusing, so you can see right there the edge to calculate. You just take 102.55%, take away the average, what the probability. So the probability showing no matter the calculation, it should sum up to 100%, right? So we are taking the 100% and minusing by 102.55%, which the bookies calculated and gave us there. They fake out, or they rake us. They are trying to rake the market and making sure that we never make money from them. Okay, so we are going to try to turn this around. So you can see if you minus that, it's going to give you 2.55% edge over beta. So it's the edge which the bookmakers are having over us, meaning it's really difficult for us to win when they have this edge over us. So for those of you who don't understand what this edge can really do to you, imagine a case where you are having to bet on multiple bets, right? So the more bets you bet, right, they always keep on growing this edge over you. So that's the reason why when you are betting on a multiple games parlay or whatsoever accumulator bets, and you're betting on about 4 or 5 games, you see your odds are really going massive, because they know there's impossible way which you can ever make money from them, especially in the long run betting on those type of odds. So that's why you always notice that when you do an accumulator, the odds are outstanding. They are so massive, because they know they are growing their edge just keep timesing and tripling against you, and then it's in the stage where it's even worse. So don't think 2.55% edge you're going to see across our markets. The 2.55 on this particular market is because it's a big game. A lot of people are going to be betting on them, and you know, a lot of these are not really fixed games, so that's why the edge is really small. But when the bookmakers, when you go to the third division teams like in Serbia, Georgia, which is these simple leagues which they don't really have enough money to fund the teams, right? You know, a lot of picks happen there, and then you might even see these companies going up and having an edge of about 10, 20, 30 going up percentage over you, which really means there's no way you are ever going to make money against them. Okay, so now it's time which we are going to be getting so you can see the D part here, getting bookies real odds with without their edge. So now for us as a professional gambler, we need to get the real odds from the bookmakers, so we can kind of see if we can maybe get the edge over them, right? So we are trying to get their real odds in order to understand what we can bet on, right? Because if you think you are dealing with a sharp bookmaker, right, and then you can get these odds and get their real odds percentage, and you're getting their real odds, and you are having an edge like some other bookmakers around the world. They're having odds which are more greater than their real odds, so you can bet on that, because that's value bets. You are having value over the other bookmakers if only you believe the bookmakers which you are dealing with is more accurate as to be compared to the other ones. I'm going to be explaining everything is going to be on this video, so just stay tuned to the end of the video. So now in order to get the bookies real odds without their edge, right, so you are just going to be taking the 102, so this is the 102%, and dividing it by the percentage or the win rate or draw or the way. So what I'm trying to say right here is you are going to be taking the 102.55% after doing all the summing up there, right? It's going to give you 102.55%, and you are going to take the 102.55% now and divide it by each and every team's I'm talking about, when I'm referring to each and every team, I mean Liverpool win percentage and a draw percentage and the Everton win percentage. So we are going to be taking 102.55 percentage divided by the 50, divided by 57.81%, which Liverpool had for a home win. And after dividing it, that is going to give us their real odds. So you can see the real odds were supposed to be 1.77, but they wrecked the market and gave us the odds of 1.73. So meaning that that's the odds were supposed to be 1.77, right? 1.77, but they faked everything up and then give us the odds of 1.73, meaning they're having about a 0.04 pips over. If you take 1.77 minus 1.73, right, you are going to have a 0.04, which is having, that is the amount of pips they're having over us. And then you can also do for the same thing, and then 102.55 divided by the 25.32%, which we are having up there, and it's going to give you an odds of 4.05. So this way the real odds, right, 4.05, but you can see they minus the odds and bring them right down to 3.95, making sure that we cannot make money against them. And then you can see the real odds of so you can see the real odds for Everton win were 5.28, but they break it down and give us 5.15, making sure that we cannot make money out of the market, right? And so you can kind of see it. So those are the real odds which we have down. And then now the next thing which we need to do now is to calculate the bookies pips that they have over bettors on each market. So the pips that the bookies have, or the extra tokens, right, the advantage which they have based on the odds which we have calculated up there and everything I'm talking about. So the pips which they're having over odds on each market, so it's gonna make it be clear to you in a little bit. So if we take 1.77, which is their real odds, and then we minus it by the 1.73 which we had up there, right, it's going to give you 0.04, as I was talking about earlier. And then if we take for the draw market, and then we take 4.05 and minus it by the 3.95 which we had out there for the draw, it's going to give us 0.10. And then if we take 5.28, which are the real odds, and minus it by the fake odds, or the odds which the bookmakers are having an edge over us, right, it's going to give us 0.13, right? So you kind of get the idea from there. And now it's going to give us 0.13, and then you can see for each and every market they are having their edge which they have over us. So for us to be able to make money from them, we need to be able to bet this edge. So what I mean by betting this edge is because if we are supposed to be betting on the odds of 1.77, right, so this is what I'm trying to say. If we are supposed to be betting, right, we should be betting on odds that are at least above 1.77, right? And when they are above 1.77, based on the company which you want to be betting on, because we are going to understand everything in a little bit, but I'm just gonna explain a little bit here so you understand in future. So from the one, no matter any company which we are going to be betting on, we should make sure, if you are going to be betting on Liverpool, on any company, we should make sure that we are having, after taking their these odds, right, and minusing it by their own odds, right, it should be giving us an edge of a minus sign, a minus 0.04 for us to bet. And then if the same thing goes here, if we want to be betting on a company, we should make sure that we are having pips on them over 0.10 over them, minus 0.10 over them before you can bet. As well as if you are supposed to be betting on an away, on an Everton, right, from some other company, right, we need to make sure that after taking the odds of 5.28 and minusing it by their own odds, it should be giving us a minus 0.13, right? I'm going to be doing a demonstration very soon in a little bit as we move down. So now Friday, so finding value bets using Pinnacle as sharp bookies against other or poor bookmakers. So now we want to be using Pinnacle. This is the real world where we are going to be talking about Pinnacle. So why are we using Pinnacle? Pinnacle is a very sharp bookmakers, and the reason why we consider them to be sharp is because they allowed gamblers all over the world to bet on their platform, and then they have massive limits, right? Because you can see on one is bet, on a match they might only allow you to bet at least $100, but on Pinnacle they can allow you to bet about $10,000 per game, you see, on a single game. And then it's really helpful for us professional bettors, because now as it attract a lot of professional gamblers up there, they are going to be placing a lot of money on them, and more money on the single odd is going to increase more buyers on the odd, either dropping or increasing, right? For example, if a lot of people are betting on the Liverpool to win, right? The Liverpool odds are going to drop. A lot of these bookmakers are putting a lot of cash on them. So they have, because they are, as long as they are professionals, they have already trained, and they have algorithms, they have tested a lot of things, and then they are betting a lot of money on Liverpool. Liverpool odds are supposed to be dropping at that stage in time, and as the odds are dropping, that's how the ones for the odds for the odds for Everton are going to be increasing right now. So if we can maybe find in the market or a situation where the odds of Liverpool are at 1.73 on this particular case, right? The odds of Liverpool on this particular case are 1.73, but there's another market which is having the odds of Liverpool to be 1.80. That's a massive value bet, because we are going to bet on that and be able to make money in the long run, because we are betting on the value pick, right? And in the long run we are going to be making money. So let's move on. So now, finding value bets using Pinnacle as sharp bookie against other poor bookmakers. So now I'm just gonna go onto the website, and I'm gonna show you some on Oddspedia, and then you can see these are the odds right here going down. So you can see we have Pinnacle odds right there. We should copy it, and then now I'm going to be taking an example of a power bet, where we are going to be comparing the odds against power bets. So now you can pretty much see the for power bet is 1.74 for a Liverpool win, and 4.29 for a draw, and 5.11 for an Everton win. So now you can see I've taken power bet right there. So you can see 1.74, 4.34, and 5.10. So you can see the odds have dropped, but there's not really that much anything there which you can do. There's not much of that discrepancy, right? You kind of understand the idea. So subtracting power bet odds from Pinnacle odds. So the reason we are doing this is because we want to see if we have an edge over the bookmakers, in order to I'm talking about power bet. So we have an edge over them because we have considered that so on our understanding, we are trying to say Pinnacle is the sharpest bookmakers based on our understanding, right? And then we are trying to take Pinnacle odds and subtract the odds from power bet odds, right? And then in order to do that, now we are going to just take Pinnacle odds. So if you can see, for example, Pinnacle was having 1.77. The Pinnacle way odds were 1.77 as we calculated up there. So if you take 1.77 minus 1.74, it's going to give us 0.03. So there's no value in that odd. Like I was telling you up here, we need to have a minus in front. So it should be a minus 0.04, or it should be a minus 0.03, in order to make sure that we are having value over the bookmaker. So the second one is the draw. So we can see if we take 4.005, which we calculated up here from Pinnacle, and minus it by 4.34, which I had from power bet, right? It's going to give us a minus 0.29, and that's a very massive value bet, because there's value in that particular value right there. If you can find that market and bet on it, we are having a massive value, right? And we can take for it the other one right there is 5.28 from Pinnacle minus 5.10 from power bet. So you can see 0.18, meaning we are not having any meaning we are not having any value right there to bet on, because the bookmakers are still having advantage over us. But yeah, the minus sign means we are having advantage over the bookmakers in this particular case. So we can bet, if we are betting on this odd of 4.34, we are having a massive value bet. And most importantly, I'm going to tell you this, guys, for you to be able to know if it's a value bet, because you might go and see on this particular, so this was the expected, right? The expected for the draw up there was a 0.10, right, for a draw, and then the expectation, and then when we try to minus the Pinnacle odds from the bet power, right, it was giving us a minus 0.29. So it's very important right here, guys. Be very, very vigilant what I'm going to be showing you. So make sure that no matter that it's minus, it's a positive sign up here, right? Make sure that if you are supposed to be betting on a match, make sure that this odds right there should be bigger than this odds right here. So now what I'm considering is that we are considering there's a minus sign in front of the 0.10. So for you to be able to bet, right, make sure that the minus 0.29, right, it should be, if we I'm sorry. So the minus 0.29 here is should be bigger than this. So what I'm trying to say is the company which you are betting on for this case was Bet Power, right? They should be having a minus sign, right? A negative sign which is greater than this negative sign up there, right? Negative sign up there. But remember, it was a positive sign. But what I'm trying to tell, it was a positive sign, but I added a negative sign up there. But what I'm trying to tell you is that bet when this is equal to this, right, no matter that is a positive, it should be equal to this or it should be greater than this. Okay, for this example right here, it's greater than that, because if you take minus 0.29 minus or for example, we are just going to take it off. Let's say we are taking 0.29 minus 0.10. It's going to give us 0.19, which is 0.19, right? If you can do the calculation on your calculator, it's going to give it advantage. So you can see you are having a very massive advantage over the bookmakers, because in the long run you are going to make money if you keep betting this way. Okay, so now we can, okay, so the G right there is about the bettors pips edge over bookmaker on draw market. So we are having 0.29 pips and my okay, we're having 0.29 pips, and my recommendation is bet when pips are greater or equal to Pinnacle pips on market. You find the edge. So you can see I'm trying to explain there that you should only bet when the edge is greater than the Pinnacle odds or the Pinnacle edge, right? It should be greater than or equal to the Pinnacle edge. So it should be greater than or equal to the 0.10, right? So you can kind of get the idea. And then now using the law of large numbers to earn more. So the law of large number is really important in gambling, because a lot of people don't understand how the fallacy really work. So based on Wikipedia, it states, so this is what the law of large numbers state: as a sample size grows, it means get closer to the average of the whole population. So what they are trying to tell is that the more bets that you are betting, right, they're always going to try to even out. That's a 50% chance. That's just simply what the law is trying to state. So for example, if you are tossing a coin and you toss 1,000 times, right, you are going to notice that on average of those toys go up to 50%, which is about 500 heads or tails, right? 500 heads, and there should be 500 tails. So if you have been betting on 500 only on heads, you should be winning 500 times. If you're betting on tails, you should be winning 500 times as well. So you kind of understand the law from there. It's a law. These laws always hold to true, guys. The laws will always resolve to true, and then they have been tested for past years upon years, right? On some cases, you might be having noticed that you might be winning 499, 495 on cases, and then you can kind of think that you'll be losing money, because if you are betting on winning 50% of the time with out of 5.0s, with out of 2.00, you are going to be losing money in that particular run. You kind of understand the idea, because you are winning less, right? And that is why we need to call value. Imagine that if you have been tossing the coin and then you were having the out of 2.05, you're having an edge over the bookmakers, and even if you were losing at the end, you will still even out because you're having a little bit of edge over them. You kind of get the idea. And then now, okay, so here is the next star right there, which you have right there. So here's my fallacy or understanding on how it works in sport betting. So that's how I've understand how it really works in the sport betting. So now here is my own law based on how it works on sport betting. On average, out of 2.00, betting in a two-way market, right? You might be betting, when I'm referring to a two-way market, you might be betting on a Liverpool win or draw, or you are betting on Everton win or draw, or you are betting on the over 2.5 market, or you are betting on the under 2.5 market. So that's why I'm referring to a two-way market, right? You will break even with 50% win rate. So if you are winning 50%, no matter, as long as you keep betting on average, right, 2.00, and then you are bet about 1,000 matches, right, you are going to be winning 50% of the time, and you should, based on the law, if you win 50% of the time win rate. And then if you are supposed to be betting on out of 3.00, betting in a three-way market, right, for Liverpool win, like what we are calculating on this particular market, Liverpool win, a draw, and an Everton win, right, you kind of understand. So on each and every one, you should be betting on average out of 3.00, and then you should be having a win rate of 3.34% just to break even. right? You kind of get the idea. And then now using the law to make money. So now this is the most interesting part, which we need to apply the law now in order to make money. It have been tested by me, proven, and a lot of people out there, professional, have also been also tested this law. Okay, so here is what I'm going to tell you. Bet on odds that are bigger than the average expected odds and still having same win rate based on the market in question, right? So what I'm trying to say is that bet on odds that are bigger. So for example, instead of betting on the odds of 2.00, right, you should be betting on odds of 2.10 going up, which are much bigger than this expected odds, and then you are still betting on the so you can see on bigger than the average expected odds and still having same win rate based on the market. So if you are betting on the two-way market, right, the two-way market which we're talking about up there, you should make sure that you are winning 50% of the time, and then you are betting on odds of about 2.10, which are greater than. If you are supposed to be betting on the three-way market, you should be betting on odds of at least 3.10, and then having a win rate still of 3.34%, and then you are going to make money in the long run, or you are going to make money no matter the case. Okay, so my recommendation right there, you can see me explaining everything that on a two-way market, bet only when odds are as from 2.10, and for a three-way, bet when odds are 3.10, and so on, making sure you don't bet when there is value but odds are more than 6.00. So don't bet when the odds are more than 6.00, because you are going to lose money. Those odds are very massive, so you don't really need to go that massive, right? You need to reduce your stake. So everything coming down, we have talked about the video and explained everything up and understand how the market really works. So now the next step now is the next video. I will be coding an algorithm that will scrap and calculate value odds, then send them to us so we can just bet instead of going through this manually. So you can see it's very, very complex situation, which if you are supposed to be doing this manually, I'm talking about coding, trying to do these calculations on your own, it's really going to be difficult, right? So that's why if you have been on you have heard anything about value betting, you'll hear about software like OddsJam, Rebel Betting, and a lot more out there, because they try to do this process for us, but they are so expensive, right? We don't need to be paying for these tools, right? I'm gonna be showing you a video on how you can do these tools on your own and make money. So for those of you who are wondering and maybe asking if am I been using the same procedure, no, I don't do bet on the same procedure. I'm having my own tool. So you can see I'm having a tool which I've created, scripted, which kind of I'm predicting the matches on my own. I don't use this strategy, but it's a strategy that actually works, but it's having its limitation, because you need to be betting on a lot of matches, and then you are not predicting based on what you think. You are predicting based on an assumption that a bookmaker is much more better than as compared to the general market. And you kind of get the idea. They are important, and then you are trying to use their odds to bet against the money. But I'm having my own personal algorithm which predict matches for me. And then another limitation of this strategy is because you need to bet on a lot of matches, and the bookmakers are always going to let you down, because when you try to bet on them and then you have been placing, let's say for example you are betting $100 on each and every one game, and then after, when they just notice that you are betting on value picks, they are going to quickly shut down your account, right? They are going to block you, stop you from betting from their website, and it's really going to be difficult for you to make money. So some other bookmakers which you might use for value betting are like Betfair. You can use Betfair, Matchbook. There are a lot of them out there which you can use, but the thing is that I'm going to recommend you should use Pinnacle. Pinnacle are the most sharpest books out there, and they are very, very accurate based on statistically proven. I've also tested it on my own way, and I see that they are very good, and what they say, they do it because you are going to make money in the long run. That's just the truth. If you are betting on them, especially using my own strategy which I've been showing you right there, you are going to make money from them. So for those of you who want to invest on my algorithms and you want to make money with me betting on my picks, so you can see right down there I'm having my Telegram name. So you can if you don't have Telegram, you can download and search Dark Brain 90, and then you can text me on there. You have a good time, guys, and make sure you like and subscribe if you love what I'm doing.